We are live. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having an awesome and wonderful day, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Um, Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm very, very happy to have you here. I know we changed the time for the Q&A, the live Q&A, and with the popular demand, we got the Saturday at 11 Eastern is the time that we're going to have all our live Q&A. So we're gonna have it weekly. So for you guys to have all the questions answered, and I want to make sure that you guys get the answer really in detail because I know in our Facebook group we have them. We answer every question, and we're doing, I think, a pretty good job with it. But sometimes there's some question that you need just clarification. So I really wanted to give this opportunity for you guys to make sure that I give you all the answers that you need, which is I'm very, very excited about. And actually, it's much better to be personal and to be able to get to the questions answered right and correctly. So before we begin today, we're gonna talk. Let's see who's in the chat. I know it's too early. Still, people are joining. So we have Amanda. How you doing, Amanda? It's been a long time. Where have you been? I hope you're doing well. You and husband and the kid. And I hope you guys are really enjoying summer, which is beautiful. And also we have Nancy. How you doing, Nancy? Thank you so much for joining me. And also we have Luzine. How you doing, Luzine? Um, Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you guys. I hope you guys having your coffee with you. It depends if you drink coffee or tea, but I'm having it. Here's 6 p.m., but I'm still having my coffee. Um, and also, we have people coming in, so I'm gonna wait a bit. But the meantime, we're actually going to talk today about buy box, and I think the buy box is very important, and I really wanted to cover it in today's episode or in today's video because I think it's very, very important to know your buy box. So today we're gonna talk to the people who are doing retail, online arbitrage, wholesale. At the same time, we're gonna talk about the people who are doing private label, how to get the buy box if they don't have it. So it's really, really is going to be informative and it's going to be very detailed and complete guide. And but this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to also today have some screen share with you guys to show you the buy box, to show you everything that you need to know, which is going to be good. Guys, if I'm looking this way, because I'm just looking at the other screen, so be patient with me. So today we're going to talk about the benefit of the buy box and why it's important to have the buy box. What's the buy box? Where do I find it? How do I know who owns the buy box? And also, if sometimes the buy box is shared, how would you know and how you be able to get within the rotation of the buy box, which is I'm going to explain a little bit even deeper. So let's go ahead and talk about the buy box and why it's so benefit. The buy box is so important, whether you're doing retail, online, or private label. Because if you have the buy box, that means you have more visibility. If you have more visibility, means more sales. And actually, over 80% of the sales that comes on Amazon comes for the people, the sellers who owns the buy box, which is really, really important. And the most importantly, which is for all of you who does retail and private label, is to be able to have the ability to run PPC, which is very, very important. I know some retail arbitrage people or online arbitrage people do not use the buy box, but I really, 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 you need to use PPC because it's very, very important. And you will be able to do it very low budget and you'll be able to increase your sales. It's very good. And as you guys know, that I have started all my journey with retail and arbitrage wholesale. That's how I started my whole thing until led me to the private label and I started perfecting it. So it's really, really important, the buy box, and it's a big game that you need to understand. And there's no exact formula, but there is a lot of factors gets into it. So I'm going to make you aware of it, and then slowly you'll be able to understand if you lose it and if you gain it at the same time. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share with you where the buy box, and at the same time, if it's shared, how it does it look like. So give me a second. Let me just I have so many screens, man. All right, so let me share my screen and let's do it. All right, guys, I hope you guys having my screen. I see my favorite toy, which is Messi, which is this collectible figurine. And basically, if you come here in your listing, you will see something, a box. That's why they call it a buy box, because whoever owns this box, whoever is the seller, if anybody add to cart or buy now, will go and count to the seller who owns the buy box. So it's very, very important. And how you know, who's the seller who owns the buy box is usually is going to be sold by whatever the name. This is the owner. This is the guy who owns the buy box. This is the guy who owns the buy box. Now, if you want to know more about, who, sorry, just let me get this one here. If you want to know more about how many sellers are selling this product, you just click here, new 7 from, so it means there's 7 sellers, and you'll be able to know all the sellers who are selling this product and at what price and what kind of condition, what kind of fulfillment they're doing. So this guy is selling it for $639 plus $449, and he owns the buy box, which is 11, 14, 15. But mostly here who are doing this is actually FBM, which is good depending on the situation why they're doing that. Maybe this ASIN is very slow moving ASIN, so they are doing it fulfilled by Amazon. Now this is example, which is usually here. If we add, let me see how we add. Let me get the calculator. And let's say the calculator, now we have 6.39 plus 4.49 equals, so we have 1088. So it's basically this guy selling the product at 1088 and this guy at 11. So this guy owns the buy box even when he's FBM, which is, I'm going to talk about the factors more, but usually the price is very important for owning the buy box and winning the buy box. And I will talk a little bit more about it and what other factors gets into it to owns it. Now let's get another example, which is Iron Man boy. Here basically is the same thing, has many variation, and we'll do the same thing here. If I see this is the buy box $999, that's the price the product goes for, and then is shipped from and sold by Amazon. So Amazon is the buy box owner. But if you look here, there's used and new over 41 people are selling this product. So if we check it, we'll see here Amazon warehouse is basically a product that's being used or being returned and maybe open package or whatever. Amazon sells them again through their Amazon warehouse. And then we have the other one, which is Amazon.com, which is the brand new product. And then if you see here, we have all these sellers selling for $14.99, $15.59, $15.60, $15.60, $15.65. And this is where we're talking about the rotation or shared buy box. Really a good product when you're trying to compete on a price. Usually, if you have the same price as the other person or within the 1% or few cents more, 1 cent or 2 cents more, you'll be able to rotate the buy box. So you will have, for example, let's say those people like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, most likely going to rotate the buy box between them during the day. So if Amazon is not there, it's out of stock, now those people are going to have the buy box is going to share it during the day. So we'll be divided between them. So let's say if they're selling 100 units per day, let's say assume that, now it's going to be 100 units divided both by those 6 people. And be able to calculate how many units we need if we're doing retail arbitrage or we're doing wholesale, and it's very, 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 very important. So that's what's the buy box, and that's who owns the buy box, and how you find out who sells the units, and how you be able to find the right price to target to be able to increase your chances of winning the buy box. But there's a lot of other factors that affect and influence your buy box winning percentage. Now, as we said, first is the price. I guess, guys, you still just bring my my document that I did, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. So now, guys, if you see that the price first, then the second thing is the type of fulfillment. Now, the type of fulfillment is very important. So the type is basically is going to be FBA or FBM. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. So basically you have your product at Amazon warehouse, and if the order comes in, Amazon fulfills it. FBA, that means fulfilled by merchant, which means that if any order comes in that Amazon, that you as a seller, when you get the order, you will get notification in your app or in your dashboard, and you'll be able to fulfill the order by yourself. So Amazon always give the FBA the favorite to win the buy box. So being FBA has a lot of its advantages, but as we saw, the other example that I gave you with Messi is actually the guy who has FBM was winning. Why? Because he has a better price, and maybe it could be other factors. The other thing, which is the third thing, is available inventory. If someone has more inventory and they have more stock, they're more likely are going to win the buy box, because Amazon thinks about it this way. If I have a seller and this seller has a lot of inventory, if I give him the buy box, that means he will sell more money with their fees and commission and everything that comes with it. So it's really, really important to have enough stock to be able to win the buy box. If the other guy has, let's say, 10 units and you have only 5 or 3, most likely the guy with the 10 is going to win it. Other factor is going to be it's going to be the account health metrics. Account health metrics is very, very important, guys. It depends on the age of the account is very important. Usually aged accounts, Amazon doesn't declare that, doesn't announce that, but we have seen that Amazon Seller Centrals that has been there for a long time and has been there is aged enough. They have more advantages on the buy box than a new Seller Central account. And also the performance and the health account, it makes a big deal. So for example, order defect rate, cancellation, late shipment, seller feedback rating, all that affects it, because Amazon always wants to make sure that they are giving favor to people sellers who are performing very well and doing their job correctly without having issues with the client, with the seller. So and also Amazon always want to give the best experience to the buyers. And as you know, guys, the Amazon, it's all around their buyers. If the buyer is doing well and the buyer is happy, they're happy. That's why they always want to make sure to have the best experience ever for them. And the other thing, which is the fifth, is the condition of the product. If I have a brand new product and new in the box product, you will see that you always don't get the buy box as much if there's a condition like new, because Amazon always want to give the new because they have less issues than a product that's used that might have defect or is not being described well. So its condition is very, very important. If you have a used product, you're not going to be able to sell it because you have the price on your side. And if you have the price on your side, most likely a lot of people are looking for used condition or used like new, and they buy it. That's why if you do pallets and you sell them by pallets, the pallets have 10 cents on the dollar for the pallet, and you'll be able to sell it for way more money. So used still very good. And a lot of buyers also look for used items like new. And also location, which is a lot of people don't know. They say, hey, I'm not winning the buy box. It depends where you're looking at the product. If you're looking at the product from, let's say I'm in New York, and I'm as a buyer, I'm from New York, and the seller, he's also in New York, or he has his products in warehouse in New York. Most likely this guy who has his units in New York, they will win the buy box, because that means they will get the product faster. They'll be able to maybe qualify for one-day shipping, which is really, really important. So location is very important. Unlike someone who's in California, I'm in New York, it's going to take a long time to get the product to me. So that's why it will be less likely you will have this guy winning. This is only, guys, the factors that can affect your buy box, but for sure, it's a formula that Amazon has. Nobody knows what exactly goes in it, but sometimes even maybe you can have all this stuff, you meet all this criteria and still not able to win the buy box, and that could be because Amazon just, hey, he likes it this way. Am I supposed to know? And also what I want to talk about now, guys, this is for retail online arbitrage, also private label. If you have a hijacker, you'll be able to use those techniques to be able to win the buy box back until you get this hijacker off your back. Now, let's say I was doing, let me go back and let you see my pretty face, I guess. Okay, so let's talk, guys, now. If we are doing private label, and this is something happens a lot. I launched the product and the product is being launched and I use it, maybe I lower my price. Let's say I'm aiming at $40, and all of a sudden I'm doing my launch and I've reduce my price to $30 because I want to get more sales velocity. More sales velocity mean more relevancy, more ranking in your positions for keywords. But later on, imagine if you did it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks until you get your position, your organic ranking position, and later you might not have the buy box. You will see sold by other sellers or by these sellers, and then you'll be like, okay, what am I going to do? I always recommend slowly, gradually. So if you're 30, do 31. Maybe you can push it 33 or 34. See if you still have the buy box. If you have it, that means you have a gain of $4. But if you don't, if every time you increase your price, you lose the buy box, increase it gradually. 31, 32, 33, and do that every 3 to 5 days until you get the buy box back, which is really crucial, because if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to run BBC, and that's going to hurt you a lot. So this is very important. And sometimes if you do split testing with your price, you realize that, hey, you can sell the product for more than what you expected because maybe adding more value, more perceived value. So if you do not test your pricing, you might be losing a lot of money. So that's why when I had my video about pricing strategies, it's very important to test it so you can maximize your profit. Actually, for the product that I just shared with you in the last video, I increased my price also by $2, and I'm still getting the same sales. So that means I was selling at 36, then put at 37, then 38, then 39, then at 38, then 39, then $40, and now 42, and I'm still making the same sales. That means the buyers are willing to pay for that price. So it's important to increase it and do the split testing. And why you lose the buy box if you're only the private label seller and you're only seller on the buy box for that specific product? Because Amazon looks at the trailing history, the sales history over the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month, and they say, hey, this product has been selling for the past 30 days for $30. Okay, why this increase? If you increase the price, what happened? You might get less sales. So Amazon says, oh, that's why the price is too high, and I'm not able to give him the buy box because he increased his price and relevancy went lower and conversion lower. But sometimes you will need it. I'd rather sell the product at $40 instead of 30 and be able to make less sales but more profit, or the same kind of profit if I was selling 10 units or 20 units, because that's going to help me with inventory management, is going to help me with having less stock and be able to sell still the same amount of profit with less units, which is really important. But in the beginning, when you launch the product, is a different subject, which is you need to get into. So that's why what I want to talk to you guys about the buy box, because it's very important. I think for retail arbitrage, online wholesale, which is wholesale, is very important to know the buy box, because if you're dealing with other buyers or other sellers, you want to make sure that you'll be able to retain the buy box, which is really, really, really important. And you know how to get it back now if you get that issue. So this is what I have, guys, for you for the buy box. I hope that was really enjoyable. Any other question, please leave it in the chat. And I have a lot of questions that already have from the groups that I would like to answer at the same time. But if you have any question, I'll give you priority, and let's do it. And guys, I hope you guys also ready for Prime Day. Prime Day is coming Monday, Tuesday. I hope you guys are already ready with your images, with your coupons, with your specials, with buy one, get buy two, get 10%, 20%, or whatever it is. Make it ready from now, so when it comes Monday, you just turn on the switch and be good to go. Especially your images, guys. I hope you guys worked on it, and I hope you guys have Prime Day in the back end, which is important in the search term. You can include also in your bullet points at the bottom, but as I said, you cannot write Prime Day You can have a dash if you want. It's really, really important. And if I do Prime Day, I will do it from now for the keyword, because it takes 24 to 48 hours for it to get indexed. So prepare this weekend for it. It's going to be really, really, really good. Okay, so you lost me for a bit, but I'm back. Jocelyn, she has a question, says, thanks, Giant Saad. Thank you so much. I like that. I'm a giant, yes, 6'2" and a lot of pounds. What can I do with the Access product that has not sold for 6 months? And I'm in Canada, and my product is at the .com. The things that you don't sell now is the best opportunity, Jocelyn, because you have the Prime Days coming. So I'd rather that you lower your price if you want and get rid of them and run PPC on those products. So if you have retail arbitrage product, you still can run PPC on them. Okay. Automatic campaign, bid, automatic campaign, have the product in, have $5, bid 30 cents, 40 cents per word, or actually usually start at 7 cents, 8 cents. But if you want to go aggressive, go 30 cents. If you want the 40 cents, and get rid of them. If you don't sell them, just lower the price and sell them. Especially your situation is difficult because you're from Canada, and from Canada to be able to ship the products is too expensive unless you have prep center, or you have, for example, when I used to do it in the beginning, I used to have a UPS box. So all the returns, I just send them to my UPS box, and when I get them there, I will just and I'll be good to go. So for you, I think just lower it. Now is the best time, Monday and Tuesday, the 15th, the 16th, the Prime Day, and it's going to be a lot of traffic. So get rid of them, lower the price, get the money, and invest them in something else. All right. So this is the question from Jocelyn. So guys, if you have more questions, please leave them here. But in the meantime, I'm going to answer some questions that I have from the Facebook group. The first question says, I'm about to place my first order. Do you think I should have GS1 barcode, FSQ printed on the box, and box design before I place the order, or wait till it's all go before I spend money on this? I keep cutting out. That's not good. Thank you so much, Nancy, for letting me know, but I'm not sure why it's cutting out, honestly. I am really not sure. Let me close more stuff that I have here, and hopefully it gets better. If it keeps cutting out more, guys, I'm really sorry. I apologize for that. I'm not sure why. I'm actually in a dedicated internet only for this. Hit the like, thanks. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. So I'm going to keep going, and hopefully when it buffers, guys, you can be able to see it again. But if it happens again, please let me know and tell me how much I'm being cutting out, because I'm not sure what's going on, honestly. Okay. So let me go back to this question. It says, I'm about to place my first order. Do you think I should have GS1 barcode, FSQ printed on the box, and box design before I place the order, or wait till it's all go before I spend money on this? Guys, look, for GS1, I'm not going to get into this discussion. You can do GS1. It costs more money if you don't have a good budget. Might not be a good fit for you. And it's been there for a long time with Amazon saying, hey, GS1 versus barcode, UPC, barcode provider. So what's the discussion here? It's up to you. But I honestly, if I don't have a product that I want to build a brand on, or it's not something very important for me, I will just buy a nationwide barcode, which is the reason for me. If you have a brand and you really know what exactly doing, I think it's good to build GS1 so you can build the brand correctly. Now, if you have, that's for the UPC. Now, for FSQ, you should have your FSQ printed on your box. If you're going to resell this product over and over, if you're not sure, just have it as a sticker if you want in the beginning, and then you will do your artwork. I believe the packaging is very important, especially if you first order. If you have the packaging correctly, it's going to increase the perceived value. And it's a must. It's not going to cost much, maybe 20, 30 cents. And it's really good thing to have. And I will definitely do it. And I wouldn't wait. If you're really serious about launching the product, I think you should have it. So have it, do the artwork, do everything right from the beginning so you can get the true data that tells you, yes, this product is good or not. So it's really, really important. Now, the other thing I have is basically other question says, what do you think about PPC automation softwares? Very good question. And I think you guys might like it, not maybe not. I really, I'm not a big fan of automation softwares yet. I think if software is taking care of all your PPC tasks, I think you're doing a big mistake, because the PPC automation softwares, they usually get about machine learning about your product. They might take a decision that they don't understand. Sometimes if you have a keyword that really doing it's related to your product but costing you too much, or the ACOS is too much, they will cut it for you because they think it's not related. It's only like to take control of my own PPC, or which is I know now. When I had my interview with Casey Gus, they're building a new PPC software which is automated, which is I think is very good. Maybe I'm not sure if it's good or not. I need to test it, which is going to be released on the 17th, which is on Wednesday. If it comes out and you have control over most of your PPC tasks, I think it's good. But yes, PPC takes time. And also, I do not recommend you give your PPC to someone who is not experienced, someone who's just claimed that they know PPC, because PPC is really has a lot of information that you need to absorb, and it's not about the ACOS only. It's not about the spending. It's about doing it right from the beginning. I'd rather spend money in the beginning, test the campaigns, test the keywords that relate to your product, and then you'll be able to optimize and optimize. You're gonna optimize all the time. As long as you have the product, you're gonna be optimizing. Like even this product is doing well. I'm still optimizing every day. More keywords, because every campaign has its own settings, whether it's match type, whether it's a bid placement, what type of bidding you're doing, dynamic down only, if you're doing dynamic up and down, fixed bid. There's a lot of things that goes into it. So whoever claim they're good at it, I would like to see results. I would like to see screenshots for real. And if anybody charges low money for PPC, because maybe they give it to a software and software do it, and then they charge you this $200 or $300 a month. It really needs a lot of experience. You need experience. Now, we have another question, which is from here. Says Nancy Parsons says, I have 50 units of essential oils and a diffuser, and I couldn't get approved for hazmat. Any tip on how I can get rid of the stick? Nancy, I really believe you can. If you don't get approved for hazmat and you cannot sell on Amazon, I think you should find other ways of selling them. So you can sell them in Facebook, Craigslist, and the other thing I really believe you should do is eBay. eBay is very important if you want to sell those specific products. I think it still is the second biggest market, 16%, and it's really good thing to sell on eBay. Even if you need to fulfill them yourself, it's only 50 units. I think you can handle it and you'll be good to go. If you don't have the time to fulfill the orders yourself and you need to hire someone else, there's a lot of third-party prep centers and fulfillment centers that you can sell the product to, and they will have access to your account, your eBay, like a partial permission, and they will be able to fulfill the order once it's been placed. So you can do that. And as a company, I think I'm not related to them. It's shipbob.com, which is they do that. But there's a lot of them. Just Google it and you'll be able to find them. So 50 units, I think, will be easy for you to get rid of, especially now. And I think also eBay has their sale day on Prime Day as well. So you can go ahead and just make a listing today, make a listing on eBay and put them up, and you should be good to go. And there's eBay, there's a lot of things you can do, also promotions, and you can do a lot of things. I was selling on eBay, not as professional as what I'm doing here on Amazon. I'm not as expert, but I know a lot of things about eBay. So you can try that with eBay. I think it's your best bet. Now, there's another question, which is says a low number of impression could mean a low search volume keyword, assuming the keyword has 1 or 2 cells with just 100 impression. I'm not sure what the question exactly, but usually if you have a keyword and you don't have enough impression, you're running with PPC, it could be a few things. It could be you're not bidding high enough. It could be the keyword doesn't have enough search volume for it to do. But if it's converting and you make your 1 to 2 sales for every 100 impression, I really recommend that you increase your bid for that specific keyword and get more impression. At the same thing, I will highly recommend that you type that keyword in any search volume software, for example, like Fire Launch or Jungle Scout, and see what the search volume for that product. And also I would recommend that you type that specific keyword on the Amazon search bar and see where are you showing for the sponsored ad. If you're showing third, second page, fourth page, that means for sure you're gonna have less impression. So I will highly recommend that you see where you are and adjust your bid until you show up in the first page, in the middle, on the top. The top is the most important, but if it's too expensive, maybe you can sell it for the middle or the bottom. Okay, so that's what I think. We have David Cohen. What's happening, man? Welcome to your first live Q&A. I'm really happy to have you here, man. And happy birthday. I think was yesterday your birthday, or today, I'm not sure, but happy birthday to you, man. And I hope it's all well, and I hope you're enjoying your time, man. What else we have? That's another question here. He says, hey guys, do you start running PPC after in stock without any reviews, or until getting some reviews? Thanks. This is a very good question, and I think always better to run PPC when you have reviews. If you have good social proof, it's going to have higher conversion. If you have higher conversion, it means more sales, more ranking. That's for sure. But if you cannot have reviews without sales, right? So I'd rather that I run my PPC right away. As soon as I have my stock in, as soon as they're available, I run my PPC, even if it's not converting very well at 200%, whatever it is. I want to get my sales up. If you get your sales up and you have the right email sequence, you have the right things set up for it, you will get the reviews eventually. If you have the email sequence and everything set up correctly, you'll be able to get about 3% reviews to sales ratio, 3 to 5%. So 3 to 5%, I think, is good. So every 100 sales, you will get 3 to 5 sales. And as I was mentioning last time, do not quote me or do not do it and say Saad said so. But maybe you can use friends and family, and you'll be able to get your first 3 to 5 reviews. I think the first 3 to 5 reviews is good just to have the stars. Once you have them slowly, you'll be able to accumulate your reviews. And the optimum reviews that you need in your listing to perform very well is 20 to 25 reviews. Once you have that, then everything starts stabilizing. Your PPC starts stabilizing. It'll become more predictable for PPC, more predictable for sales. So that's what I think you should do. Run it, get the sales. Maybe you can get friends and family to do it, which is against term of service. But if you want, go ahead and do it. And slowly, you will build it up. Let's see. We have a question from Jocelyn says, if I did not find a brand name product on Amazon, can I do a listing for it myself and be the first to sell it? I didn't find a brand name product on Amazon. Can I do a listing for myself and be? Yes, if there's a product that doesn't exist, or for example, let's say you went to flea market and you saw this beautiful product that really sells but doesn't sell on Amazon, but you think it's a good potential, yes, you can create your own you create your own listing to sell this product. So what you need to do is basically, that's where nationwide barcode comes in. You need to get a barcode to create a listing, upload the images, and sell the product. Okay. Now you need to pay attention to a few things. If it's patented, if there's any permission from the seller that you need, is there someone if there's someone really go and message you because of patents issues, I will highly recommend that you just get 3 to 5 units, test it out. If it works without issues, you should be good to go. And if you keep selling it, and if you get emails and tell you, hey, you cannot sell this product, then you know there's something wrong. But if you find it, yes, you can do it. Usually when you do this, you have an agreement with the seller, with the owner of the brand. And that happened a lot with wholesale accounts that you want to get. So you said, tell them, hey, I got a deal with you. Hey, listen, I'm really interested in your product. I really think that I can do a better job than what are you doing. I think I can bring the product to Amazon. I can do the listing for you. I can run PPC. I can do the listing copyright. I can do everything for this product. I'm the only seller for this. I'm exclusive seller for this product, and you will be able to increase your you'll be able to increase your sales. And once you get the sales right, you will share the profits, or you'll be able to buy it from the seller himself or the brand owner for a specific price, let's say $10, and you sell it for 30, and you make the difference. So you'll be able to do that as well. But always is very nice for you to win accounts and wholesale accounts. So yes, you can do it, but always nice to have a permission from them if it's not just tried out. We have a question. Let me see here. Mommy. Let me see. I have a question that Nancy sent me about PPC. So I'm going to answer that as well, if I can. I'm not sure. Okay. We have a question from Jim Bernard. It's Jim Bernard is a person that I have coached, and I had some consultation session with him. And so I know his situation is basically he had a product, was running very well, then stopped running, and then we optimized everything. Now the sales are very good, but he wants to make sure about how to optimize after we set up those campaigns that really increase his sales, which is I'm very proud of, and I'm very happy for him that really he was able to get the sales that he needs, but now he wants to get everything optimized. First of all, he's talking about the async campaigns, which is, guys, I really recommend you really run async campaigns for your product. It's really good. You're piggybacking on a listing's traffic. So if you have a listing that's doing very well and doing a lot of PPC and have enough traffic, I think you really need to do async targeting for it to be able to get some sales of that, which is really good. But when you do in the testing phase, it's going to happen where some ASINs are not going to convert very well. So what I would do in that case, I will just lower my bids for it. Lower my bid if I have 100 ACOS and 100 ACOS for it, and 100 ACOS, but my target is 50%, I will decrease my bid by 50%. So if I'm bidding $1, I'll bid 50 cents. So I will lower 100%. I will lower my ASINs. I will lower my ACOS for it, and I'll be good to go. For the ones that has really tremendous ACOS, 300, 200, whatever it is, I will highly recommend that you check the product first. Sometimes when you target the ASINs, you will see that you're targeting a product that's not related, so maybe costing you money and not converting. So I will check it, make sure that I am really, just to make sure that I'm really not bidding on something that's not related. And also I have guys, I hate talking about these things, honestly, because everyone's concentrating on ACOS, and that bothers me, honestly. Why? Because it's not about ACOS. It's about overall performance. Now you were selling, I don't know how many you're selling. Let's say you were selling 100 units before, and now you're selling 300 units. Even if the ACOS is high, what's the overall units that you're selling in the account? Are they better? I'd rather have my ACOS at 60, 70%, but I'm selling more units, and overall I'm making more profit. So ACOS is not only a deciding factor for me to say, hey, if it's high ACOS, lower, blah, blah, blah. It's not, doesn't work like this. Imagine this product that you are, or a keyword that you are, have 70% or 80% is very related keyword, but it's actually, it's bringing you traffic, it's bringing you sales. So I might keep it. And also, don't forget, when we do PPC, we're not thinking about today only. We're thinking about next week, next month, the month after, which is very important, because every time I get a click, and you guys know that, if you go ahead and click on a product that you would just want to purchase, later on you will get an email. Hey, you forgot this product. We get a special on this product. If you have a lightning deal, you will get a reminder for it. So you could be, you're investing in your future, you're investing on your future marketing, which is really important. But I know people are really concerned about it, ACOS, but use your judgment, lower your bid slowly, you should be good to go. For exact match campaign, he's talking about exact match campaign. I also have an exact match campaign that's made up to 53 keywords from competitive products. I use Viral Launch to get the actual product. It's 142% ACOS. Check it, 142%. It could be you're spending $20 and your product is selling for 15. You will get higher ACOS, but the money value is not much compared to the sale that you're getting. So see, that's another thing about ACOS. I could be spending $20, okay, and then my ACOS 140 because my unit sells for $12. You see that? It's just, it's the value. $20 is not much investment for marketing for future, and that's where experience comes in. This is where you need the real guidance to be able to do it. It's very hard to answer those questions just by posting it. Someone needs to get into your account, check those keywords, making sure everything is correct, and then we'll work on it. Like, see, the other thing, finally, I have my auto campaign running. It's 142% ACOS by only spending $20 per day. Hey, if you're only testing and you have $20 per day, I will keep it. Keep it $20. You might find more keywords. If you're concerned about it, download the ad reports, download it, see what other keywords are spending money. If you see one or two keywords are going to be spending money, which is bring your ACOS high, that means you lower the bid on them or put them as negative exact on that campaign. See, that's another thing. So there's no white and black method. You need to use your experience, your judgment in this kind of situation. That's why when it's talking about ACOS, soft PPC software automation, this is the issue. If it comes here, Amazon, the software says 142%. Oh, it's not good. That's it. Let me lower it, because you're putting those settings for the software, and software is going to do just to make you happy. All right. I hope that was helpful with a little bit of rant, little bit. Okay. Says, you're welcome, Jocelyn. I'm very happy that you're here, actually. I'm very happy that you're here. I'm very happy that you're active. I'm very happy that you're asking questions. It really makes my day. Thank you so much. David says, I live in Vancouver, Canada. I live in Montreal, Canada. Jocelyn says, if a brand is selling this product, can I share it? Okay. Jocelyn says, that's another one, which is we talked about in the beginning, but I think she wasn't here when we first talked about that subject, which is the buy box. Says, if a brand selling this product, can I share it with them, the buy box, if I have bought many products from an authorized supplier? Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. That's what I was saying. Sometimes if the price is correct and you're within the 1% of a price range, like let's say this is like $15, I always recommend that you match the price instead of going 1 cent or less cent. Always match. Do not lower your prices too high, especially for too low for retail, online arbitrage wholesalers. You're just doing a race to the bottom, price war that you don't want to get into, because it gets disgusting. It's only about how much sales I'm doing, but no profit. Okay, so I will make sure that I'm matching them, and you will be rotating the buy box. If you have both of you, that means 50%, 50% if you are within this buy box range, and you should be good to go. Jocelyn, watch this Q&A again in the first, because I talked about buy box really in depth, and I think it's going to help really, really well. David says, hi, I'm from Northern Ireland, Saad. Sorry, I'm late to the Q&A. Thank you so much for joining, man. Late or not, I'm really happy. You guys really make my day. Trust me. And anybody who's joining here, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I like to take those Q&A the line that I like to do. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. Alex says many sellers lost the buy box and more than 5% of selling forced them to lower the price. See, that's another thing, Alex, which is very good. That's why I think, and I know, not I think, I know. I cut out again. For fact is basically, sorry, I cut out, guys. I'm back again. So what I said is that when you do retail online arbitrage, you are two of those people. You're two of those people. Whether you are the first person to sell the product or you are the last person. Why? Because people in between, the crazy people, are going to lower the price just to sell the product. So if you're first to sell the product, if you find a good deal, you ship them very quickly, you'll be able to sell them at the good price point, right? Now, the one in between, let them sell out, and they'll be the last one for you to be able to sell your product where the price is going to go back up. So what happens? The price is going to go high, then slowly it's going to go low because all the other crazy people are selling for very low, and then slowly is going to go higher because there's less sellers, and slowly the price is going to go up, so you can sell at the price point. That's why I always say you need to have enough. You have to have enough stock, enough inventory, build it very well so you can rotate those stock between 3 months to 6 months. Okay, so I wouldn't make any changes to my price unless it's a few cents for sure, until 3 months and more. For more than 3 months or 4 months, then I can readjust my pricer. I'll be good to go. And I always recommend that you guys use repricer. Repricer is going to help you to match the other pricing, and always have a limit on your repricer. If you sell the product and you know you want to make $10 profit, you can go up to $8 profit, set it there, and that's it. After 3 months, evaluate it again, and you'll be able to sell. And usually, for retail online arbitrage, guys, what happens is that whatever product that you buy today, okay, whatever product for this month, hopefully is going to sell next month. And the one from next month is going to sell the month after, and you'll be a ball. It just slowly you'll be able to get them. So that's how you do it. Trust me, when I started, I was doing this. I just want to see my seller central. I want to say the sales, but I was just making sales with no profit. So I had to learn this. I was going to cut my finger, but instead I was like, no, I'm not going to cut my finger, so I don't change the price. Instead, I will just like let my wife do it instead. Okay, that's another thing if you want to do. Okay, and the other thing now, you're welcome, very welcome. Many sellers lost the buy box, and more than 85% of the item they were selling forced them to lower the price. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You have to have discipline, and you have to understand. I think a lot of people, they forget how hard they were working to get those products and finding them to make sure that they meet the criteria they were set up for them. So I would think you have more discipline, wait, and then you should be fine. Okay, now let's see more questions. More questions. What is my question? Okay. Now, hey guys, just start. Okay. Wondered if you know a way to come. Okay, this is a very, very good question, and I think I want to really discuss it. Wondering if you know a way to comment customers' reviews as a seller, and notice that when I comment to question, they see the seller's name, and if I comment to review. So basically what it's saying, if I have a bad review, how can I comment on that specific bad review? Because usually if you cannot find the person who leaves the review, you don't have enough information to contact them, I always make it a habit. If I get 1 star or 2 star or even 3 star review, usually I comment on the review itself. So I go up in public, I have my buyer account, which is the regular buyer account. I change my name to whatever my my selling name, let's say I call it Tom, Mike, whatever it is, change it. Then when you go in, when you go to your listing and you see the review, I will say comment, reply, and I'll reply, hey, my name is Mike, I'm from this company, blah, blah, blah. I'm really sorry to hear that. Please contact us to make it better. And we're sorry to hear about that. Now, why this is important? Because if anybody comes in and see there's a bad review, but the seller himself took care of it and paid attention to it, and he's following up with the sad customers. They know that you as a seller, you did everything you can to make sure that this buyer has the best experience. So that means if they buy the product, they wouldn't have any issue with you, and they know that you're on top of your game. And that's really important, guys. Always make sure that you answer on your bad reviews. It really helps. It makes you look professional. It will increase people's confidence in your brand, and you will look as a real company that really cares about the customers, not only a phony person who's just selling a product on Amazon, which is actually, you'd be surprised how many people are really think this way. So please, please, please do it. You will be very happy with the results. It's a compound effect. And actually, guys, anything between 1, 2 stars and 3 stars, that's something you need to reply. 4 or 5 stars are really good. And if you have 4 stars, I see a lot of people say, "Hey, should I cancel? Should I keep them or not keep them as a feedback or as a review?" You cannot remove a review, but if you have 4 stars, really good. It makes you look like you're genuine. It makes you look that these are real reviews, and you're getting a biased opinion, not only 5 stars, which is look shady. Okay. And there was a question, which is people are wondering, are sales really slow for everyone right now? Actually, yes, the sales are right now is slower because Prime Day is approaching. When Prime Day is approaching, people will say, "Hey, I can wait until Monday or Tuesday. I'll be able to get better deal." That's why you get the big spike in Monday and Tuesday. And you're actually going to see in Sunday, you're going to see a really, really low sales because people are just window shopping. They're making sure that they're getting a good deal for the day after Monday, Tuesday, to be able to take their product that they really want and make sure they're getting. So on Sunday, I highly recommend you lower your PPC because you're going to see your PPC is going very high, but your sales are going low because people are checking you out, but they're not going to buy until Monday or Tuesday. So that's another thing you need to make sure about. All right. Another day, another thing. I hope that was, guys, helpful. So I have 2 more questions, and after that, if you have no more questions, guys, we're going to call it a day so I can let you guys go do whatever you want to do, spend the time with the family, change your listing, prepare for Prime Day, or you want to go ahead and source some product from retail and online arbitrage. And actually, guys, just speaking of, if any of you really wanted to know more about retail online arbitrage, please let me know because I'm really knowledgeable about this subject. I started my whole thing just because retail online arbitrage. That's what gave me the confidence to get into a private label and spend that money. And even when I was struggling with my failed products, nothing saved me except retail online arbitrage products. Because every time is a skill I have. Every time I get in trouble or something, I go back to my retail online arbitrage, get the capital, and invest it back again and again and again. So it's really, really cool. If you guys want more about that, we can maybe start slowly talking about retail online arbitrage because I will really definitely be able to help you guys. And as you guys know, I had very a lot of good, very good results with students when I had my course, but unfortunately, you know, a lot of scumbags out there. But yes, I'll be able to help. Now, let's talk about the other one. The question says, what tool gives me an accurate search volume per month on a keyword? I have Merchant Words, Helium 10, both giving different results. What do you guys suggest? Which one is accurate in your book? Very good question. And actually, I remember last Q&A, we did a little bit of a comparison between Merchant Word and Viral Launch because I believe, which is, I'm not going to talk about any tool of I don't know it very well, but you have Market Intelligence, Jungle Scout. I know they have accurate, they have roughly accurate. Nobody has an accurate data, but they have the most accurate out there. If it's off or tolerance by 2,000, 3,000, I don't know search volume, but still good. And I know Helium 10 people are talking good things about them. I might be able to get Helium 10 and be able to test this for you guys and make sure everything is good. I know I have used to use it before, then I stopped because I just started using Jungle Scout and Market Intelligence. But I know Helium 10 is good. Maybe we can get some of those, some of their people to come to our YouTube and give us a tutorial or give us more information that you guys are really willing to ask, I'll be able to hopefully be able to get a hold of them and be able to get it. But if you want more about Helium 10, I'll be able to do it, because I think a lot of people, they have very good tools, which is really helps you. Now for merchant words, I reached out to Greg, the founder of Merchant Words, because they updated the whole software itself. They're getting more data, they're getting more features in it, which is hopefully by August. I don't know, mid or the end of August, I'm going to have an interview with him. So if you have any questions, I'm going to post in the Facebook group. So you guys, if you want, you leave your question, I'll be able to ask him, and we'll be able to get the true data from the people themselves, from the creators. They'll be able to give us a better answer than just speculation from me or from any other person. So that's what we're going to do. But you can start with those softwares. I sell on Amazon.com, private label, but would like to sell on Amazon.ca with the same product, not FBA. Is there any issue that anyone has found from doing? Look, you can sell on .ca, but don't expect miracles. You can have a little bit of increase of sales. Maybe you have 10% more sales. Like if you sell 10 units, you might sell 1 or 2 units on .ca. It would be for sure less competition, less spending on PPC. You'll be able to rank much easier, but the volume is not there. But it's a good thing to do. If I do it, I would do it as FBA, not FBM, because FBM, the shipping is going to be expensive from US to Canada. And yes, I think it's a good thing to do if you want. But I always say, hey, perfect what you have right now, perfect the marketplace that you're in, and then start expanding. So if you reach the maximum in your sales, I think you can move into .ca. But if I was going to do it, even that I'm from Canada and I have access to it very easily, I have all the infrastructure for it to be able to do it, I might start with the UK or Europe. I think we'll have more sales combined and get access to the whole Europe as a whole, which is really, really good. All right. So Luzin says, where can we find a good deals for online arbitrage? The stores. It's very simple. Any store that you do for retail, you can be able to find it for online arbitrage. Okay, so just go to the website. You should be able to find them. I'm not sure if I still have. I have a big list of websites that we can maybe share, but I'm not sure. Maybe the next live Q&A. Let me just look for it. I have them, and because I don't take care of it anymore, I let my wife take care of those websites and with the VA. So let me find it and let me ask about it. And once I find it, I'll be able maybe include it somewhere, and you guys can benefit from it as well. So this is it, I guess, guys. This is all the live Q&A. If you have any more questions, just leave it before we call it a day. But I really, really enjoy those live Q&A, and I really appreciate all of you who are really attending and making time from your day to be able to attend this Q&A. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Please, if you find this is useful, share it with other people, subscribe to the channel, give us big thumbs up. And I'm very, very happy and proud to have this YouTube channel. I'm proud to have you as active members, and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys in the Facebook group. Thank you so much again. Take care, everybody.